Coming up on episode 130 of Creative Writing, I'm sharing briefly how you can just start already.
I can't go back to sleep, it's almost light. These restless thoughts have kept me up again tonight.
Hey there, it's Kirsten from Creative Writing, and this is the podcast for you, a writer, blogger, or creative who wants to build an online platform without being smarmy. Now, I have taken a few weeks off, if you are an avid listener to the show, due to some sickness issues that have affected my voice. You can still hear them a little bit, and I'm going to be editing out a lot of coughs and wheezy noises. So this will be a little bit briefer. I'm mostly better, but still have asthma. Yay, asthma. And it really does affect kind of everything. So I'll be speaking and then all of a sudden I'm coughing because I'm wheezing, and yeah, my inhaler doesn't really cut it. But in any case, I'm glad to be back. However, briefly. And I wanted to share something that's kind of been on my mind as I've been working one-on-one with clients, and also just hearing from you guys in my inbox through the community and just hearing questions and problems and issues. And I shared a live video about this also in the Facebook community. So if you're not in there, you definitely want to be. I'm going to talk about that again later. But if you want to go ahead and get in there, it's creativewriting.com/community, and you will be taken right to the Facebook group. So here's the thing that I see a lot of people struggling with. And I know I have struggled with this as well. And that thing is just starting. Now, this may not be your very first start. Maybe it's a restart or a relaunch or a new launch of something when you already have something, like a new blog when you already have a blog. So you've done it before, but you're starting something fresh. And there is something about this start that gets us so stuck. And a lot of it is mental. And so I really want to break down that whole mental game for you. And I don't know if I can do that. It sounds actually like a lofty thing to break down the whole mental thing for you, but I'm going to try and just give you some encouragement to just start already. So here is the deal. We have this weird idea in our heads. It's not that weird because we all have it. We have this idea in our heads that when we're launching a blog, especially, or putting up a new website or something major, we think of it as major. And in our mind, it's almost like we are walking out onto an empty stage where there's an entire stadium full of people watching us. And the lights are burning down on us, showing all of our imperfections, showing our fear, and we get terrified. There is all this pressure and this idea that if you don't have it fully together, everybody's going to throw stuff at you or boo, or they're just going to sit there and stare at you, and you are going to feel self-conscious. It's a vulnerable feeling. It's a feeling full of fear. And we get stuck because that's how we see launching a lot of the times. We are the center of attention. Everybody's watching, and they're going to see everything we do that doesn't quite work or measure up or is not perfect. So we don't launch at all. Or we wait. And I can tell you that I have people, and maybe you're listening, and if you're listening, I'm talking to you, you got to start. But I have people who are emailing me, and they've been emailing me for a year or two saying, I'm just about ready to launch. I'm just about ready to launch. But they haven't launched yet. So I really want to encourage you guys to stop thinking of it like that scary, scary picture of walking alone onto a stage where you're under the bright lights. That is not what it is like when you launch something. And the reason why is because people aren't just going to find your thing. That's not how the internet works anymore. It was back in the day when I first started blogging. You didn't have to promote. Nobody promoted on social media. You just wrote posts and people found it. Now that does randomly happen, and I get those kinds of people finding me, especially if you're good at SEO. But in general, that's not how it works. You have to tell people about it first. And even then, you're telling typically, especially if you're just launching something, you're not talking about tens of thousands of people. You're talking about sharing it with your Facebook friends or putting it on a Facebook page or somewhere else. You're not going to have just this giant influx of people all judging you and all looking at you and staring at you while you sit there feeling totally exposed and vulnerable. That's not what it's like, okay? It's like this. more so. You're walking into a crowded room full of people having conversations, and you are joining in those conversations. That is more what it's like. You are not the center of attention. You are not the center of the world. Your blog is not going to be the center of thousands and thousands of people's attention. As much as we would like that to be true in some ways, to have tons and tons of people staring and looking and seeing our content, that is also the very same thing that keeps us from launching. So stop it. Think of it as that room full of people already having conversations, and you're simply joining in. There's no spotlight on you showing your imperfections and flaws and the things that aren't ready and the mistakes that you might make and the things you've done wrong. Nope, that's not how it goes. Okay, so I want you guys first to reframe it. And I want to really encourage you that if you're launching something bigger like a blog where maybe it really does take more time, you working with a designer, it's just a lot more work, that you at the least get a landing page up to collect email addresses and you start emailing those people, whether it's 4 people, 10 people, 20 people, 2,000 people, that you start actually talking back and forth with those people. Because here's the thing about blogging in 2018. Blogging has changed a lot. That's kind of an understatement. I see more people posting frequently on Instagram, especially Instagram stories, and Facebook and Twitter, and maybe LinkedIn even. The blog tends to be more evergreen content that's not pushed out every single week or every single day. It's pushed out less while people are focusing on those social platforms with the more instantaneous connection. And if you're thinking about Instagram stories, it's a less polished presentation of you. That means there's less pressure to be perfect anyway. So even if you don't have the big website, the big blog, I feel like the blog is where a lot of people get stuck. If you don't have that up, no worries. Slap up a landing page. MailChimp has them. MailerLite has them. ConvertKit has them. Put up a landing page, make it simple, tell people what to expect from you, and then collect their email addresses and start emailing them. Because here's the thing, say you think you're going to launch and you're like some of those people that have been emailing me for 2 years saying, I'm just about there. How many emails would you have collected over those 2 years if you're sharing out that landing page? Because again, no one's going to just find that landing page. You have to share it with your people in Facebook groups, on Facebook pages, on your Twitter profile, not just once, but multiple times. Every week you should be sharing and trying to grow. So you're sharing that page. How many email addresses would you have? How many people would you have listening to what you have to say through your writing of an email after a year or two where you haven't launched your blog yet because there's all these big things that have to be done, but you now have email subscribers and you have a great rapport with them, a great relationship because you have been emailing them from the get-go, even when stuff was not ready. So I just want to really encourage you guys to get started. Collect emails, have a landing page, just start. And the thing is, we get better as we go. So if you get that blog totally perfect, exactly how you want it, probably in 6 months, you're going to want to change something because that's how it's worked for me every single time. You're going to want to tweak and change. So don't spend all your time trying to get it perfect. Stop fearing. Stop thinking of it like a big stage with the spotlight on you. Join the conversation. And then the last thing I want to say is find some community. And this is where I want to circle back to the Facebook community. I am in there for support, and you have 1,600 plus other people in there who are fantastic at encouragement and support. They're there to answer questions. They're there to go check out that landing page and let you know what they think. They're there to listen. And on the weekends when we have our share thread open, they're there to sign up for your thing and check out your blog and your latest posts and follow you on Instagram. Join the conversation and have a community. If you aren't sure where to get one, just start in my group. Meet all of us, and then maybe you can find some other people to collaborate with in the group. Don't just come in there fishing. Come on in, hang out, see what the group is about. And then I hope that you can form some collaborations. I hope that you can make some connections, and at the least, start sharing things in the share threads on Saturday. So stop fearing, get started, because you can do so much with imperfect things that you actually just get out into the world as imperfect as they are. I hope this is encouraging to you. Again, I want you to head over to the Facebook community, creativewriting.com/community. And I would love to connect with you via email, not versus email. You can find my email, sign up at creativewriting.com/quick fix to get my Friday quick fix, which is a roundup of resources, tips, and links from all over the internet, helping you stay apprised to the latest news and tools and trends and other things that are going to help you do work that you love. One last thing, if you are listening on Monday, April 2nd, this is the closing of Evergreen Platform School at the pre-launch price of $49. This is a course I'm so excited about. I am streamlining my offers this year. I'm going to have a bigger package that's kind of a group coaching program that I'm hoping to open in the fall to get books published on Amazon with you guys, people just like you. But this is going to be my signature kind of lower end offer. The final price will be $127 for now. And right now during the pre-launch, as I'm putting the whole course together, it's just $49 for you guys. It's amazing. It's all about the strategies you need to have an evergreen platform. That means a platform that is not going to go down in flames the next time Facebook updates an algorithm or YouTube changes playlists like they did for music artists this week, or Instagram changes something, or Pinterest has a new algorithm. You are not going to crash because you're going to know things like SEO. You're going to know things like where to connect with your audience. You're also going to hear from social media experts, but the bulk of the course is about doing things that last, finding the ROI, the return on your investment for your time and money with the work that you do, and building a permanent foundation for your platform that is not just going to go away when things shift. I'm so excited about this. I would really love for you to join, but if you want that $49 price, you have to go to creativewriting.com/algorithm to find out more. And if you're listening after April 2nd, the course will still be available, and you can use the coupon code podcast to get 30% off of the course. You don't want to miss it, especially if you are tired of that hamster wheel of social media and trying to keep up with all of the changes to continue getting traffic to your site and building an online platform. Again, that website is creativewriting.com/algorithm. A big thank you, as always, to Jasmine Commerce of JasmineCommerceMusic.com for the music for this show. Go check her out, buy some music, support Jasmine, who supports us by giving us her awesome music for the show. Thanks for listening. Now go create things that you love and serve your people well.